Hi everyone, it's Maybelle. I felt called to do a reading based on the Bachelorette series on television. We're going to be asking what is the most important lesson from this experience. So basically asking from each episode. I'm going to start with episode 1, which was it aired last Monday. And I'm going to also do episode 2 as I get ready to watch tonight. Hi everyone, it's Maybelle. I thought we'd do something fun and hopefully beneficial to whoever watches this reading. Got the idea to do readings based on the Bachelorette series that's started airing last Monday, and I thought we would take it as an opportunity to learn from it or see what we could learn from it. And so the question I'm going to be posing to God, Source, Spirit is, what is the most important lesson from each episode? I'm going to start with episode 1, which did air last week, and I'm going to also do episode 2, which I haven't watched yet, but is going to air later this evening. Alright, so pretty much I don't even think that you really need to be watching the show. You could probably take the messages from the cards if you were drawn to this reading anyway, so, and just use it as a normal tarot or oracle card reading, and if it resonates, great. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Going to be picking from a few different oracle cards. Okay, what is the most important lesson from episode 1 of the current season of The Bachelorette? I'm really bad with names. I believe the girls' names are Gabby and Rachel. So it's not really a reading about them or any of the men on the show. It's just what we as viewers can learn from their experience and or from your experience watching. Most important lesson from episode 1 for the viewer. Okay, travel. So it may be helping you move forward in a situation. It could, make you want to travel. What is the most important lesson? Finding. So it may be helping you finding yourself, finding confidence, self-confidence. You may be like finding yourself, finding what you like or don't like, finding out about yourself, learning about yourself. Okay, let's see what is the most important lesson from episode 1. Okay, release. So release and surrender, letting go, letting the situation go, you know, whatever's not in your control. And having watched episode 1, I did like how the women, you know, that didn't feel a connection with a few of people and weren't going to waste time, so they allowed them to, you know, they just let them go and allowed the rest of the guys to stay on without having to do the rose ceremony. Okay, what is the important lesson from this experience? Travel can also be like trust, like the journey. Most important lesson from this experience. Oh my goodness. Okay. Voyage, which is also travel, which can also be the journey. So watching episode 1, that's confirmed there twice, the voyage and travel. So watching the journey, what is the most important lesson from this experience? Is to let go and find, you know, finding self-confidence, empowerment, maybe. Let's see if we can get, do a couple more of Is there anything else to learn from episode 1? Okay, seize opportunities courageously, and that's Eagle and Archangel Book P. Seize opportunities courageously. So maybe it's inspiring you to, you know, seize opportunities or take advantage of, maybe kind of seeing, you know, like 2 powerful women, or seeing how, you know, the show has evolved over time, and like I do find that it's creative in that they chose to have 2 bachelorettes at the same time. That is really what drew me to watch this season. I don't watch all the seasons like regularly. I just kind of do when it piques my interest and it gives myself and my daughter something to watch. Alright, so let's see if we can get one more. And Eagle, Eagle Eye, you know, when you watch something with a different perspective, maybe even this reading, you know, is going to now kind of give anybody watching the opportunity to kind of find the message in the shows. And so that would be kind of cool if you do that, but seize opportunities courageously. There's something about travel and the journey, the life path. Let it go, let it trust, you know, trust. I'm getting a lot of trust here, finding yourself, just kind of holding herself. And with the release card here, to kind of let go. Let go what you can't control. Okay, we're going to do one more oracle deck here. What is the most important lesson from episode 1? What is the most important lesson that viewer of this reading can get from watching episode 1? Oh my goodness. Okay, so release control. first quarter moon in Taurus, and release control again. So there's something about release. It could be just like trusting the journey, finding something, releasing control of something, but definitely releasing control. My goodness, so the travel card and the voyage card confirm each other, kind of validate each other, and then release control and release. So, and at the bottom of the deck is go deeper. New moon in Scorpio. I take this card to be kind of like go beneath this, what's superficial, go below what's on the surface, kind of get to the nitty gritty or get to what's important. I'm feeling like this season, because you know it's like they're gonna have another person there to kind of bounce off their feelings and their ideas, and so we may get to hear like maybe their deeper emotions sooner, a little bit sooner than in other seasons. Okay, so next we're going to do what can we learn from episode 2. Let me know down in the comments if that resonated already. So you probably already watched episode 1, and did you see any of those kind of messages already played out after watching episode 1? All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. We're going to pause and then come back real quick for episode 2. Okay, so for episode 2, what is the most important lesson for the viewer from watching episode 2 of The Bachelorette this season? What is the most important lesson from watching episode 2 for the viewer? And again, just like I mentioned for episode 1, this is not about the Bachelorette, nor is it about the contestants or the men. This is more along the lines of what can we as viewers learn while watching this show. It's kind of, from watching it from like a social experiment type of standpoint, or even just like what to learn about love and relationships and people and connections. And we'll see what the cards say. So we may be learning about ourselves as well. Most important lesson for the viewer to learn from episode 2. Okay, willpower. Alright, let's see if we can get another one. What is the most important lesson from this experience for the viewer from episode 2? Okay, reconciliation. So willpower is a card of, you can see her kind of juggling the world and the moon. The moon can represent emotions. The world might be the world, social media, like World Wide Web, or the weight of the world, maybe being tempted to stop something, or having the willpower to kind of go through with something. Now, reconciliation, we kind of all know what that means. There may be something having to do with like a breakup or a past relationship or ex situation. Reconciliation, this card also means like staying connected to God, source, spirit. So let's see from a different deck what we can get. What is the most important lesson from this experience from watching episode 2 from watching episode 2? What's the most important lesson from watching episode 2 of The Bachelorette this season? Okay, so it's still Release. Release came out for after episode 1. So it may be teaching us to like release and let go, release control. Again, the message came out twice after the first reading for episode 1, and also maybe teaching us how to let go. Do another one from this deck. What is the most important lesson from this episode 2? Okay, pleasure. Maybe to just let go and have fun. Pleasure talks about, hang on one second. Oops. So I just kicked a door open. That may be a message for someone. And I thought it'd be better with turning on the lights. So there may be something about having to turn on the light, having to get your foot in the door. But pleasure is a card of being content, of being happy, of finding pleasure in everything in the moment. There's a little path here. Maybe like finding a path to pleasure, enjoying the path, sometimes out in nature, finding the beauty in all situations, savoring life, savoring your food, savoring your, savoring moments. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Next we're going to do, what is the most important lesson from this experience? Oh, that's way too many. Okay, so I saw prepare for change and dare to be different. Let's see. Most important lesson from this experience for the viewer. What is the most important lesson after watching episode 2? Okay, Kingfisher. Be patient and focused. And this is Archangel Bokpi. We got after the first episode, it was another card with Archangel Bokpi. Bhokpi. Be patient and focused. So this may have something to do with reconciliation. Maybe you're learning to let someone go, having the strength, learning to let someone go, trusting that letting them go might bring back some type of reconciliation, and or letting go something, trusting, because this card talks about releasing it to spirit as well. So once you've done something, once you've done enough in a situation, kind of like you put effort into something and then you just release the outcome. So you release and let go to God, Source, Spirit. And this was also kind of like the strength or the willpower to trust in that connection with God, Source, Spirit, and live in the moment, be patient and focused. Or you may be patient and focused, trying to have the strength and the willpower to release this situation and savor your life, find pleasure in the moment, maybe releasing like the stuff from the past and just kind of be patient and focused on the moment is the message that I'm getting. Why don't we pull another one of these for episode 2? For episode 2, what's the most important lesson for episode 2? Okay, so I was holding the deck upside down, but that was probably me. This card is Llama. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. So we may be watching them, if it was in reverse and meant to be in reverse. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. They may not be setting clear boundaries in the show, and or they may be. So we'll watch soon and see. Willpower being tempted, and this being a pleasure card. Maybe somebody may be tempted to just kind of, let go and not really pay attention to their boundaries. So we'll see if they kind of stay connected to spirit in that time, trust themselves and their intuition. Again, this is for the viewer, but this is what we will be learning from watching the episode. All right, so last cards here for episode 2. What's the most important lesson from this experience for episode 2? Okay, push through any insecurity. First quarter moon in Cancer. So push through any insecurity. That would be, we can look at the colors on that, how they match. So the willpower card, it would be having strength to kind of push through, to release it to God's source spirit, to set clear boundaries and enforce them. Maybe if this is talking about being vulnerable. Okay, we'll get one more. So message for the viewer, the most important lesson from watching episode 2 of The Bachelorette this season. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my goodness. My card's almost bent in half. Focus on the positive, attend to the details. I'm going to put it back in and see without them flying out. Okay, most important lesson for the viewer. Okay, be humble. First quarter moon in Leo. I'm just now hearing a dog go crazy barking. We're going to read for the book on Be Humble. Be humble, you may be needing to work on ego, and that might go along with being vulnerable. Be humble talks about like being of service. Okay, let's find that. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. Tension is in the air. You know that you can achieve your goals, which is half the battle, but this card suggests you need to be less show and more substance. And this one talks about pushing through any insecurity. As you move slowly towards your goals, don't try to impress anyone with money. Avoid allowing your ego to overwhelm you. Don't opt for something merely because you think it'll impress others. Practice grounding. In a financial situation, slow your spending. In love, if you're being stubborn or possessive, now is the time to stop. This card holds a lot of... Okay, this card also says identify and clear any blocks. Step up to receive all the goodies that life has to offer you. You have to want it. So you have to want something. You have to have the strength to kind of either tame whatever temptation. This may have to do with some kind of ex or past situation. Setting boundaries. Releasing something and letting go. Releasing the past and letting go. Finding pleasure in the moment. Pushing through any insecurity. Be patient and focused. And I think that is where we're going to end it. Hopefully you find that you are learning something from, you know, just something fun to watch, but also thought, you know, why not? Let's see what we can learn from this, or what our guides are maybe hoping that we learn from, or maybe what even our higher selves are wanting us to learn from this experience. All right, so that is what I have for you this time around. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know if you have any other ideas for different kinds of readings. I'm open to suggestions. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, and for sharing with a friend. It helps grow the channel, and I appreciate all your support. Thank you, and I will see you again soon.